What's up, guys? Me again, here with TDM COD 4 Crossfire using the infamous M16. Um, and as you know, I'm not really that good at Team Deathmatch, but I thought the score was alright. You can just wait and see what it is in the end. But yeah, by my standards, it's a pretty good score. It's probably considered uploadable by, it'd probably be like one of the shitter games that Blame Truth would upload, I guess. You know when he used to upload all those TDMs like before Modern Warfare 2 and everything. But this game, I think I was on a 3 bar and a 2 bar, but my hit detection seemed pretty dead on, and for some reason my accuracy seemed decent, even though it's not usually. And I don't particularly like the M16. That may come as a subscribe. No. That may come as a surprise, but I generally prefer automatic guns, just because they're more useful at close range and long range, and in general I just feel more comfortable with them. But you cannot deny the M16 is a pretty good gun, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, just sort of sitting back and picking people off from range. It's going to get you a good score. So yeah. Gameplay is probably, I have no idea how this guy didn't get killed. He almost killed me as well. Gameplay is not really going to be anything you haven't seen before, so I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot. I haven't really got a topic to talk about. I'm just trying to think of one now. You see this how poorly I prepare for commentaries. I just sort of, I'll watch YouTube for a bit, get a bit of inspiration to go and do one, and then I just sort of put the mic in and sort of talking off the top of my head, and in some ways I feel that's like a good way to do it, but other times, such as now when I still haven't come up with a topic, it can be bad, and this is I've sort of come up with a topic here, and I've thought about talking about this before, but I haven't, obviously, and this is totally off the wall, has nothing to do with gaming whatsoever. So if you want to hear stuff about tips for gaming and COD 4 and stuff, first of all you can either mute me, and I'd recommend you go and watch, you know, Blame Truth's like 50 some odd COD 4 TDMs he's got on his channel. So yeah, this is sort of totally off the wall, and the infamous topic is driving, particularly driving in the, I don't want to say the US because that's too broad of a term, but like Texas, which is where I live, which is in the US, obviously, and I live in Houston, which is a pretty big town. It's the 4th largest in the US, and it's the 5th largest airport, which is just a random fact, but yeah, I was told that on a flight here one time, but anyway, bit off topic there. What I want to say, right now I'm 15 and a bit, so I'm learning to drive, and I'll say I'm pretty competent at driving, really. I've got like 2 more driving lessons I need to do, then I've got to wait till I'm 16. I'm like one of the youngest in my class, so yeah, I don't get my driver's license till like this coming summer, which is kind of bad. But in the UK, when I say UK I mean England, you can't even apply for like a learner's driver's license until 17 or whatever. But what I wanted to talk about was the level of driving and like the intelligence, I guess, of drivers here in Texas and in probably the rest of the world, bar like Africa when they're on like dirt roads and shit like that. Here, the standard of driving, safety-wise, skill-wise, is probably pretty low, to be honest. People don't tend to observe the rules very often. You got all these rednecks driving around the trucks. Sorry if I offend anybody, but it's the truth. Get used to it. You got all these rednecks driving around the trucks doing whatever the hell they feel like doing. You know, there's a traffic jam, or I'll just drive off the freaking road, and you know, I mean, honestly, you'll see that, you know, quite frequently. Yeah, you'll be in traffic or whatever, they'll just drive off the road, you know, off over onto the grass, and it's just ridiculous. It's just you wouldn't see that in England. One, the cars wouldn't be able to drive off the road. Two, people just wouldn't do it. Another thing that kind of annoys me is my parents obviously learned to drive in England, so they teach me most of these stuff they learn in England, and then obviously I have like a driving instructor here in the US. And one thing you'd notice if you lived here is no one, especially, I hate to be stereotypical of these truck drivers, but they're pretty idiots for the most part. Well, when it comes to driving anyway, they're probably pretty clever when it comes to like doing redneckish stuff like riding horses and like collecting bales of hay or whatever the hell they do. Again, I don't mean to offend anybody. It's supposed to be a light-hearted commentary. Take it as banter. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I know British people have yellow teeth. Drink tea all the time, eat crumpets. You know, salute the Queen. All that random stereotypes. Yeah. I don't give a shit if you say that about me, so you don't give a shit about what I say about you. Anyway, I sort of forgot what I was on about. Yeah, that's right. People tend not to indicate, which is pretty dangerous and pretty annoying, really. When you just, you know, you're going along, this guy just randomly changes the lane right in front of you without indicating or anything like that. And it's pretty damn annoying, really, and it pisses me off quite a bit. So if you live in Houston, Texas, and you do that, please stop. Not like anybody bloody well would, but anyway, that kind of annoys me. I think driving here is a lot easier than driving in Europe. I'll just make that generalization. For one, all the cars here are like in easy mode. They're all like automatic cars. In England, obviously, you have a manual transmission, as you do in like a lot of the world. I just narrowly escaped this guy's martyrdom, and then some other guy gets me martyrdom. Just come up here. Plus, the roads in England are a lot more like windy, and you know you got different terrains and stuff like that. And I couldn't even get any further away from that. That was ridiculous. There's like a 20-foot blast radius. It's bullshit. Anyway. The roads are a lot more difficult. You've got different, you know, like roundabouts and stuff like that. Whereas here, it's just everything's a straight line for the most part. So yeah, the driving test is another thing. It's like, you know, here it's like a 5-minute test. It's parallel park, drive around the block. Congratulations, go kill a few people. You know, go buy a truck. Try not to get too drunk, but you know you can probably expect it with being at least 2 accidents. Whereas in England, it's like a 40-minute test. You've got to do lots of, you know, different part maneuvers and everything like that. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Don't take it offensively, personally, whatever. For the most part, it's generalizations and stereotypes. Obviously, there's bad drivers in England as well. But I just find overall the standard of driving, not in the US, because I appreciate that in New York and things like that, it's probably a bit better. But down here in Houston, Texas, you know, you gotta admit that, and I've gotta be blunt about it, that the standard of driving is pretty shit. So yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to leave a comment on that, but if you want to, go ahead. And the game is drawn to a close here, and it's very tight actually. So I'm just trying not to die to, you know, give them the win, and then trying to pick these snipers off, which you know, they almost get me here. There's 2 snipers up there. And then some guy goes, only use me blade, and saves the day coming up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, whatever the hell you want to do. Final score is 30-4. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.